Good morning, everyone. I'm Bucks County District Attorney Jen Schorn, and I'm so pleased to be here with a number of representatives from the Bucks County Chiefs of Police Association and some other individuals you'll hear from. We're here today to announce an initiative that's a county-wide initiative. It's the Blue Envelope Program. And it's this great program in policing in that it is a free of charge service being offered to any individual who has been diagnosed with or is on the autism spectrum or who has another communication disability. And what this program allows for is that individual to put all of the paperwork necessary they need while driving in this blue envelope. This blue envelope, when produced, if the individual is stopped by a member of law enforcement, will immediately notify law enforcement that the individual driver has a communication disability. It is just a remarkable yet simple thing that will allow our law enforcement to be aware of the fact that the driver may have some issues that will prevent them from communicating in what would typically be expected. Oftentimes we know the situation can be stressful. Just a minor traffic stop can produce stress in anyone. And so in an individual who has a neurodiversity, they may struggle and they have some sensory issues at times, so it may be amplified. This will allow our members of law enforcement to know that that is in fact what is occurring, and it'll help the situation in that the communication will be much more smooth and apparent as to what is the underlying issue. Individuals with autism are such wonderful self-advocates, and we have the privilege of playing a video for you from an individual by the name of Ben Hartranth, who's a self-advocate, and what he says, he's going to say it better than any of us could say. But it's really a program that I'm so proud to say is what we do as a county. This uniformity in policing makes us a special county. So I couldn't be more proud to partner with the Chiefs Association in this initiative, and I couldn't be more proud of the individuals that helped kick this program off. One of those individuals you'll hear from is Lori Hepler, who was instrumental. She was the civilian community relations specialist at Bedminster Township Police, but she brought this program to Bedminster and was the one that brought it to my attention and asked for our office to consider a county-wide participation. And I couldn't be more pleased with that foundation that she provided for all of us to implement this program. You're also going to hear from Chief Joseph Bartarillo, the president of the Bucks County Chiefs of Police Association, and he'll explain why this is such a valuable tool to members of law enforcement. I am always so proud to say that in Bucks County, our law enforcement, they're the best of the best. It's always a privilege to get to watch them work, and if we can provide tools that will help them understand that individuals that struggle with a communication disability may have a need to a tool that could help them understand the police officer's role in a routine car stop, we're all going to be better as a result. So I'm happy to answer any questions at the conclusion, but at this time I'd like to turn it over to Chief Joseph Bartarillo of the Middletown Township Police Department.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Joe Bartarella, President of the Police Chiefs Association of Bucks County and Chief of Police of Middletown Township. So it's a privilege for me today to stand here with District Attorney Jen Schorn and all of my fellow chiefs and command staff from police departments throughout Bucks County as we partner to announce the countywide expansion of the Project Blue Envelope program. This initiative began with a simple but powerful idea to improve interactions between law enforcement and individuals on the autism spectrum. The Blue Envelope provides drivers with autism a discreet way to communicate their needs during a traffic stop, helping officers recognize the situation and respond with understanding and care. In Middletown Township, we've seen firsthand how well this program works. It builds trust, promotes safety, and strengthens the bond between our officers and the community we serve. Expanding it countywide means every police department in Bucks County will now have the tools to make the same positive connections. I want to thank District Attorney Schorn and Lori for their leadership and commitment. And I also want to thank all the Bucks County police chiefs and community advocates who helped bring this program to every corner of our county. Together, we're making Bucks County not only safer, but more compassionate. And through the Project Blue Envelope program, we're helping to ensure that every interaction on our roadways is safer, calmer, and more understanding for everyone involved. Thank you. I know this program was very important to our district attorney, and I'm very happy to see that it is now expanded countywide. It really is an excellent program. So thank you, DA Schorn, for that.
Thank you, Chief Bartolome.
Yeah.
Thank you. I first want to thank the District Attorney's Office for considering this program and piloting this initiative to go countywide. The Blue Envelope program began in Connecticut, and it began as a tool to help individuals with autism interact with law enforcement officers better. The tool was also reversed, so officers could know how to better interact with individuals with autism. And on the envelope listed different characteristics and behaviors that might be displayed by a driver or contact in the event of an incident. Percy Police actually bought the program to Upper Bucks County. And when I was with Bedminster, we bought it to Bedminster, and it was listed as a program for individuals with autism. One day I received a phone call from the president of the Pennsylvania Brain Injury Association. She said, "Laurie, I have your envelope. All these characteristics are something I would display, but I don't have autism, I have a brain injury." After hours of talking with her and scouring through cases with Bedminster, we found that officers experienced a lot of the same characteristics with individuals of many capacities who had some condition that led to a communication impediment. That gave us the opportunity to expand the program to not only assist individuals with autism, but individuals with many different conditions that could lead to a barrier of communication in the event of an interaction. I am very grateful to the District Attorney's Office and the Bucks County Bucks County Police Chiefs Association for bringing this countywide with this important initiative. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Jen, I took your folder by accident. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I meant to just take my paper.
And one of the other things I failed to mention is we're actively working with our state legislators to see what else we can do to expand this initiative. And I know they're proposing legislation that will allow individuals to voluntarily have a designation on their driver's license so that if and when an officer is running a vehicle tag, they will be alerted to the fact that the driver may have a communication disability. So again, I couldn't be more proud of this collaboration. It couldn't happen without an organization like our Bucks County Chiefs of Police Association, which is remarkable. And we have our co-responder representative from the county present, and then with Lori's initiative and advocacy. And then finally, although we're going to have to step aside, I would love to share with you the video from Ben Hartran, who's an individual who is a local resident, and he is an advocate, a self-advocate, and he is just a pretty remarkable guy, and what he says, I think, he says it best, better than any of us could say today. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to the video from Ben, and then any questions you may have.
My name is Ben Hartranft. I'm a self-advocate on the autism spectrum. I'd like to thank the Bucks County District Attorney's Office for sponsoring the Blue Envelope program. It is a program to help people with autism and disabilities when they're driving and they get pulled over by a police officer. They pull this out and the police officer has a better understanding. I'm very thankful for this program that we have in Montgomery, and now we have it in Bucks County. Shout out to everybody at Bucks County. You guys are amazing, and keep doing the hard work. Go be kind, go be the one, and thank you so much again.
You mentioned some of the departments that started this. Do you kind of have like doesn't have to be exact, but like a general timeline of how it started, how it grew, and what the expansion means?
I know, I'm sorry, Jim, I didn't mean to cut off the end of your question there. I know a handful of departments in Bucks County already had the program, and even some have taken it further with magnets to be adhered to someone's vehicle if they so choose. And I will say that now we have 39 police departments in Bucks County and 100% participation, and we're committed to it. So, Joe, I don't know if you have any more as it relates to that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's existed in the county probably for about a year. I know in Middletown Township, we actually kind of piggybacked off of Morrisville, Lower Makefield, and Yardley Borough, and kind of modeled our program after theirs. So, you know, it's kind of like, you know, police are, it's like the NFL, it's a copycat league, right? We just copy the successes of other departments. and I saw their initiatives, in doing the Blue Envelope program were successful, so we mirrored it in Middletown Township. District Attorney Schorn had reached out to me as president of the Chiefs Association and expressed her desire to see it go countywide, which I thought was a great idea. I know it's countywide in Montgomery County, and now it's countywide in Bucks County. So that's kind of how we started it in Middletown.
Do the officers also get some additional training around this issue?
Yeah, there is formal training. They watch it. They watch a video on the training that's included with the Blue Envelope program, and we have a policy on it as well. So yes, they do get the training that's necessary in order for this program to be a success.
You touched on it. It sounds kind of silly, but can you talk about how this helps both sides in a stop, like kind of a specific understanding, especially from your view of how this helps?
Right. So I'll give you the police department's view, right? Because I'm not a practitioner, so I'm not a medical practitioner, but most on the autism spectrum a lot of times are nonverbal. So what the envelope does is it kind of takes the place of what they would normally say or how they would communicate on a car stop. It gives the officer that information. Number one, it just lets the officer understand who they're dealing with, right? Someone on the spectrum. And then it clearly communicates to the officer, what those issues are. Because inside the envelope is a paper, and that paper will state specifically what that one individual might need in regard to the car stop in order to make it a good encounter with the police department. That's kind of my way of explaining it, right? I think the Blue Envelope kind of takes the place of what would be like verbal back and forth between someone on the spectrum who might not be able to communicate that effectively to an officer. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I guess it's helpful to you guys because it's not somebody trying to be standoffish or...
Correct, especially if they're driving by themselves. If they have a passenger and the passenger can communicate for them, that would help as well, yes.
And just to echo what Chief Bartorillo said, the flip side of that envelope has some pointers for the individual so that they're prepared to understand there may be a flashlight shown into the vehicle. There may be some instructions or commands being issued. This is normal, and display your hands, just so they understand that this is normal policing to reassure them. But most importantly, then the officers are aware that it isn't an individual intentionally trying to disregard commands or orders that they're processing, and they may process it differently. And so it just makes the encounter much more smooth, if you will.
I have a sample envelope if anyone wants to see it after the conference is over. Yeah, I have.
That'd be great. All right. Any other questions?
Is there anything that people, do people know how to get one of these?
That's great. I'm glad you're asking that question. It's free of charge. We are still producing them every day. They're going to be in every police department. So any individual interested, we will have the information available. We'll post it on Crime Watch, but you can contact any one of your local police departments, the 39 in Bucks County, and we'll make that available.
And you said the state's looking at maybe something, did you say on someone's license or license plate?
License. So it will, though, right, but that information will be available when an officer runs a license plate. If, in fact, the legislation passes, that designation will be available. And that, again, that would be a voluntary program. That's still in its infancy, but I'm proud of the fact that legislators are working to that end goal. Any other questions? All right, thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.